Resident Evil File 2 plunges us back into the heart of the Raccoon City outbreak disaster. As a survivor of the outbreak and a biochemist for Umbrella, this is my account of the 5 events that others and I lived through during the events of Resident Evil File 2. My name is not important, only the words I am about to tell you. If you must call me something, call me Professor H. Set in September of 1998. The deadly T-virus has ravaged the city, transforming its residents into flesh-hungry zombies. Outbreak File 2's events are as follows. Event 1. Wild Things. Wild Things drops us into the chaos of Raccoon City Zoo. Animals have been infected, transforming them into monstrous predators. Our guide through this nightmare is Cindy Lennox. She must use her knowledge of the zoo to navigate its shattered pathways, fighting off mutated beasts while searching for a way out. The scenario highlights the unpredictable nature of the virus and its ability to cross the species barrier, making the T-virus one of the scariest plagues in modern media, mirroring the occurrences of pandemics hopping from one species to another. Examples of this is the SARS-CoV outbreak in Asia. In Resident Evil File 2, even once caged animals have become formidable foes in the fight for survival. Event 2, Underbelly. Underbelly takes us into the damp darkness of Raccoon City's subway system. The survivors, led by the capable Kevin Ryman, hope to escape the city via an old train. However, the tunnels hold their own horrors, teeming with infected creatures driven to a frenzy by the virus. The scenario emphasizes the claustrophobic terror of the outbreak. Nowhere is safe from the virus, even deep underground. The survivors must rely on their wits and teamwork to make it out alive. Event 3, Flashback. Flashback revisits a crucial location from Resident Evil history. The Spencer Mansion. Investigative journalist Alyssa Ashcroft takes center stage. She uncovers unsettling secrets about the origins of the T-virus. The scenario offers 2 distinct paths, depending on player choices. One path delves deeper into the mansion's history. The other focuses on escaping the horrors within. Flashback intertwines with the present-day outbreak narrative, providing chilling context to the events unfolding in Raccoon City. Event 4. Desperate Time. The line needs to be held at RPD for the city to survive. Desperate Times throws us into the heart of the Raccoon City Police Department. You join a group of survivors, including the enigmatic David King, as they fortify the police station against relentless waves of zombies. Resources are scarce, but you have to make do with what you have. Stick together, and you just might make it through this. The survivors must work together to defend their position. Every second counts. You can't let your guard down, not even for a moment. This scenario showcases the desperate struggle for survival within one of Raccoon City's most iconic and defensible locations. The end-of-the-road event delivers the climactic confrontation. The survivors descend into the depths of an Umbrella Corporation facility. They come face-to-face with the terrifying Tyrant, a bioengineered weapon of immense power. This final battle will determine their fate. The scenario offers multiple endings, determined by player choices and actions throughout the game. It provides a heart-stopping conclusion to the harrowing journey through the outbreak. Resident Evil File Number 2 features a wide range of characters, each with their own motivations and backstories. These characters, along with others, represent the human cost of the outbreak. They are ordinary people thrust into extraordinary circumstances, forced to confront their fears and fight for their lives, trying desperately to flee a city overrun with the undead, and hours away from destruction by the military. One of the most engaging aspects of Outbreak File Number 2 is its multiple ending system. Each scenario offers different outcomes depending on player choices and performance. Success might mean escaping the city on a helicopter. Failure could mean succumbing to the virus or being left behind in the chaos. These branching paths encourage replayability. The game challenges players to explore different strategies and strive for the best possible ending for their chosen characters. Released in 2005 for the PlayStation 2 in the American market, Resident Evil Outbreak File 2 continued the story established in its predecessor. The game built upon the innovative online cooperative gameplay that defined the Outbreak series. Developers listened to fan feedback, refining the control scheme and introducing new features, including additional scenarios and playable characters, even going as far as to include a more robust item combination system. While Outbreak File 2 maintained the core survival horror elements of the franchise, it also emphasized teamwork and strategic decision-making. This provided a unique and terrifying multiplayer experience within the Resident Evil universe. Although arguably a better game than Outbreak, File 2 faced an uphill battle for breathing space due to the release of Halo 2 and other online games. Capcom had a one-year gap to exploit before Halo's release. In order for the series to succeed, Capcom and PlayStation would have to mount a three-pronged attack at yet-to-be-released Halo and Microsoft. Firstly, Capcom would have to build a loyal fan base for Outbreak. Secondly, they would have to advertise File 2, explaining its updates and improvements from the first game. And finally, PlayStation needed to steer players to purchase the online adapter needed to play the game. Capcom was able to do a good job at building a loyal fan base, but its faltering at advertising File 2 in Japan, coupled with PlayStation's inability to get people to buy the online adapter, meant that the Xbox was primed for domination at the release of Halo 2. Like the previous installment, File 2 featured a large supporting cast, all of which were playable at startup. In addition, with a save file from the first game, it was possible to import the supporting cast from the previous Outbreak. As the virus continued to spread, unseen battles raged on in the shadows of Raccoon City. The supporting cast, each with their unique backgrounds and skills, played crucial roles in the fight for survival. These characters, whether a seasoned police officer or an ordinary civilian, brought their own strengths and vulnerabilities to the table. Their personal struggles and victories added depth to the harrowing narrative of the Outbreak series. Each encounter and decision contributed to the collective effort of escaping the city's nightmarish grip. In this expanded universe, players were not just surviving, they were part of a larger, intricate web of human resilience and cooperation. The unseen battlefields of Raccoon City were a testament to the enduring spirit of its inhabitants, fighting against overwhelming odds in a city teetering on the brink of annihilation. Among these threats was the Axeman, a shirtless, hooded figure who relentlessly pursued players through the abandoned hospital. This terrifying figure was actually Albert, the former hospital administrator and husband of Dorothy Lester in disguise. Due to his rapidly healing body, he was virtually unstoppable, forcing players to constantly flee or defend against his relentless attacks. Each encounter with the Axeman bought only a small amount of time to reorganize before another assault, adding to the tension of the scenario. In addition to the inventory upgrade from Outbreak, File 2 had an impressive upgrade of weaponry, including various types of handguns like the Desert Eagle, the Colt 45, and even a rapid-fire pistol. The game also included a hunting rifle with scope, an assault rifle, a submachine gun, the M79 grenade launcher, and even a shoulder-fired rocket launcher. Let's just say, File 2 was stacked with effective weaponry for your survival. In the end, a combination of poor marketing in Japan, ongoing internet infrastructure issues and limitations in America and Europe, and the release of Halo 2 by Bungie cemented the fate of File 2 as a failed sequel to a failed series that was Outbreak. Not that the series was a bust creatively, or that Outbreak Part 1 was not a moderate success. It was more the reality that PlayStation and Capcom squandered a once-in-a-generation opportunity to deploy a preemptive company strike at a major rival, one that could have stalled Microsoft's ascendancy to the Everest of online gaming for the foreseeable future. File 2 would go on to sell only 200,000 copies, compared to the 1.4 million of the original. Mention the name Outbreak to a middle-aged American gamer, and chances are that memories of sneaking all-nighters battling zombies with their friends on weekends while their parents were asleep will most likely come flooding back. The memory of waiting for your best online friend from across the country to join the lobby will definitely bring these gamers back in time, for a few moments anyway. The series proved a hard-learned lesson that there will always be growing pains with new technology, and that simply having great games without an ability for a large part of the audience to experience its best features will most likely lead to forgotten gems. Thanks for watching Yes Japan. To see part 1 of this series, please click the icon in your screen. Subscribe, like and comment if you enjoyed your stay.